Welcome back, everybody. This is now on TTT and Talk City 91.1 FM. NIHERST and NASA have a program in which nationals of this country can become an intern at NASA. This year, 2 participants made the 10-week trip. Here's what it's all about. Well, I have with me Ms. Rampersad, who is one of the persons responsible for having Trinidad and Tobago nationals go to take part in the NASA internship. Ms. Rampersad, thank you very much for joining us. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm fine. Good morning.
So tell me about this program with NIHERST and NASA.
Sure. So NIHERST and NASA signed an agreement in 2012. It was first implemented in 2014, where we were able to send 2 interns from Trinidad and Tobago to represent the country at NASA. Now the program was extended to Trinidad and Tobago, so it's a very elite, prestigious opportunity for our local students to attend this internship at the NASA Ames Research Center in California.
And the aim is to have at least 2 representatives from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, so the intent is to have at least 2 interns represent the country per year. Now that may change depending on different things, because per year everything, changes up sometimes, but the aim is to have at least 2 students representing the country at this internship program.
But how are people selected to be part of this internship?
So the process begins as an application, an online application through NIHERST, and I must interject here, the application cycle for the 2019 internship opens in October. So anyone who's interested, any student that is interested, can look out for the application online. And once you apply, you go through a local screening process first. Now there are a few criteria, objectives that you must meet. For example, you have to be currently pursuing a STEM program, an undergraduate or postgraduate science, technology, engineering, math program in the university. And you must have a GPA of 3.0, but all of this information is up on the NIHERST website, so you can check it out under the NASA internship page. After the application process, you get screened and for local judging, and then NASA has the final selection.
It sounds like an exciting process, especially for young people to get involved with. Well, what do you think?
Oh yes, definitely, because one of the intents, or rather the main intent of the program, is for that cross-cultural exchange, and the students gain such valuable knowledge in novel areas of science and technology that they can bring back home, that they can apply that knowledge to Trinidad and Tobago.
Have you heard any of the reactions from people who have actually been there and come back?
Oh yeah, definitely. Not only the 2018 interns, but in the previous years, NIHERST has supported a total of 9 interns to attend the NASA internship, and I must say the experience that they gained is so invaluable, and it has been creating a lot of buzz in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot more students are applying, a lot more students are interested in attending.
And just now applications would open again for people for the 2019 season. Can you just give me that information one more time?
No problem. So the 2019 cycle will be officially open in October. So any interested students or fellows can go up on the NIHERST website and follow the application procedure. They can also contact me, Daryl Rampersad, through the NIHERST contact or through the NIHERST website if they have further information or need further information.
Sounds exciting, Daryl, and it was a pleasure chatting with you, giving us that information about this program with NIHERST and NASA. Yeah, that program sounds absolutely fantastic, and if you are doing a STEM program, I'm sure you will want to apply to go to NASA and be part of that. Well, one person who went, Keenan Chater, said the trip was absolutely fantastic. Here's how he described his experience. Keenan Chater is one of the persons who represented Trinidad and Tobago at NASA in the 2018 cycle with the internship between NIHERST and NASA, and he's joining me now to tell me a little bit about his experience. How are you?
I'm good. So the experience at NASA was one of the most amazing periods of my life. I can't begin to express how much that was great to me. So one of the most amazing things was actually meeting different people, making friends there, actually meeting most brilliant minds and working with them and learning from them. I can't say anything more than it was just perfect.
What would be a standout moment then? I mean, you said it was fantastic, but something must have stood out for you.
I'd say one of the standout moments was that, we went to a camping trip on one of the along the coastline of California. It's called Big Sur, and one of the most standout experiences was that when we were camping, we went to the starry night sky. It was away from most light pollution and so on, and we was able to see all the stars, the entire Milky Way galaxy, and even shooting stars. It was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. I can't. It was amazing.
I mean, I would like to say that I'm jealous because that sounds, it sounds exciting, and for somebody young, I mean, that must be something really fulfilling.
It was also amazing because it was with the people that you were with. They were all very interested in these sorts of things as well. So the enthusiasm that they had, it bounced off of each other, and we were all just very amazed to be part of this experience together.
So tell me about the application process for you. What did you have to do?
So the application process is very simple. You just go onto the NIHERST website and apply through the online application process that they have. A simple screening process, and after that, if you're able to make it through the application process, there's an interview. And then along with the interview panel, there are several judges from the University of UE and so on. And then after that final process, then the selection is made for 2 interns.
But what is your background before you got into this? What was your background? What was your vision?
My background is in electrical and computer engineering. I studied that for my BSc, and I'm currently studying for my master's electrical and computer engineering in integrated systems. So I felt like that was a solid understanding in that field, and I thought that it would have been a good fit. And I was always interested in space and technology and so on, and thus this is just a perfect fit for me.
What did you learn that you think would be able to help you moving forward?
I learned from different persons actually socializing very well, even though it might be a weird thing to say, like meeting people for the first time. I guess as an engineer I was more, and a programmer I was more of a somewhat recluse, I guess. But as an engineer, you work with people, you build things together with others. So meeting people and working together as a group to build something amazing, that was one of the most important experiences that I had there as a team.
Is there anything that you can give back now to NIHERST, probably Trinidad and Tobago, as it relates to this trip?
So the project that I was able to do there at NASA, I'm now able to bring it down and continue it for my master's project. So now I'm able to build upon the project that I worked at NASA on, and maybe disseminate the information.
Yeah, it seems like he really did learn a lot, and you saw some of the pictures with him there. It really looked like he had an exciting time. But if you want to find out more about his trip, you can check out a public lecture at UE this evening for those who are interested, as the partnership with NASA and NIHERST continues. Here's some more information. Well, I have both Keenan and Mr. Rampasad with me to tell me about a public lecture which is taking place on Wednesday. Tell me a little bit about that.
So NIHERST and the interns will be hosting a public lecture series on Wednesday the 5th at the University of the West Indies in the engineering faculty, room 101. It's scheduled to begin at 4 and end at 6. It's a 2-part lecture series, so the interns will present on their technical research in the first hour, and then the second hour will be a more informal about the NASA experience, what it was like living at NASA. Yeah, so it's open to the public, and we do encourage students who are interested in applying and the general public who just want to hear about the NASA experience to come out.
And Keenan, you will be one of the lecturers there. What can we expect?
You can expect basically a technical breakdown of the work that I have done, as well as Ariel in the different fields. I worked in the Nanotechnology Center, and Ariel worked in aeromechanics, so we have a different backgrounds that will interest a variety of people. And also then we will describe our NASA experience, which was one of the greatest experiences of my life, so I'll be happy to share it.
And anybody can come to this?
Yes, it's free to the public. Again, the technical lectures would be from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then the more NASA experience lecture would be from 5 to 6 p.m.